When lockdown hit, I, like many people, started running my laptop closed-lid into an external monitor. One thing that led to was a need for an external webcam and microphone. My first webcam was a Logitech Brio, which is an excellent, highly recommended device. But then I was lured in by the Kickstarter campaign for the OBSBot Tiny, a small machine learning powered pan-tilt zoom camera that tracks you as you move around. I call it my little robot buddy, and I loved it. However, eventually I wanted to move to a HDMI setup based around an Atem Mini switcher, so my small collection of USB-based webcams had to be packed away. This is a trend in the marketplace that OBSBot have obviously noticed and decided to work with rather than against. Enter the OBSBot UVC to HDMI adapter. This device, quite simply, takes a webcam input through a USB-C socket and converts it to a HDMI output up to 4K. I also picked up a remote for the OBSBot Tiny, which is available separately and can work with it as a normal webcam via the computer. The USB-C to HDMI adapter comes with a single USB-C to USB-C cable, useful for owners of the original OBSBot Tiny, which came with a USB-C to USB-A cable. There's no HDMI cable, which would have been nice, so be warned. The remote comes with a small USB-A receiver. Setup is as simple as it could be. Plug in the cable to your webcam, if you have the remote, plug that into the middle port, you'll need to provide power over USB-C, then finally take the HDMI output to wherever you need it to go. I managed to nestle mine in the back of my desk next to an Anker USB power bank. The device is made of plastic, so while sturdy enough, it's quite light and easily gets pulled around by cables. So here it is, working just as you would expect it to work as a webcam, just via the HDMI cable. Because all of the OBSBot Tiny smarts are inside it, the auto tracking just works, as does the remote. This is me switching between the OBSBot Tiny and a GoPro using the Atem Mini. Just to show that the UVC to HDMI adapter will work with other webcams, I pulled the plug from the back of the OBSBot Tiny and put it into the Logitech Brio 4K, and the adapter didn't miss a beat. Here again, switching on the Atem Mini, this time between the Brio and the GoPro. So, is this device worth getting, assuming you're trying to solve the problem of getting a USB webcam into an HDMI ecosystem without tying up an entire computer? In general, I'd say yes. While there are some other devices out there for doing a similar job, this is the only one I've seen from a brand I recognise. OBSBot have always been good on support and updates for their cameras, and in theory, according to the documentation, you can update firmware for the adapter by loading it on a USB stick and putting that in the port for the remote. If you have or would like an OBSBot Tiny, then you'll get a nice little PTZ camera with auto tracking built in, but then I would say that adding the remote is almost essential. The adapter does get hot, but it has vents on both sides and it's not caused me any issues in the first couple of weeks of use. Overall, I think this is good value and a purchase I am very happy with.